Hey everyone, my financial friend posted more basically updates for Bitcoin, and we saw BNB rising in the past few days. Congrats, BNB. Definitely everything's just going sideways right now. Just when you expect crypto going down, it goes up, and when you expect it to go down, it goes up. So there's really, when you expect it, there's really so many possibilities for making life changing gains in crypto right now, and that's why I'm not really stopping making content. I know there was some drama about ARK Investments selling their whole Bitcoin portfolio. I'm not too worried. I think they took profit. It could be also that the ETF is delayed, and that is one of my predictions. If the ETF is delayed, we're going to be seeing bad news in a long-term sense. There's definitely not going to be much happening in that space, because if we do get that, I think the recovery is going to be hard on that one, because the confidence that we're getting a Bitcoin ETF, right? So many people are confident, so many whales are confident. And if that gets delayed or until a certain date, that could be very much devastating for the whole crypto base right now. But something I'll keep you guys up to date. If you guys want more content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button as always.
Going everyone, it's Sam. We just heard How's it going everyone? It's Sam. We just heard a crazy rumor. It's massive. I want to talk about that and talk about what could happen, but also tell you about what is happening today. There's an insatiable hunger for Bitcoin. There's an insatiable hunger for crypto right now. And
the institutions, they just want to buy in, and I think that's the good part. They want to buy in a massive supply of Bitcoin right now, and I feel like a lot of people are really excited about that, because right now what we're seeing is there's really two sides. There's one saying crypto is going to crash and they're not going to make any gains because, well, we saw right now that people in crypto have been pretty much devastated in that sense. Like, that right now crypto hasn't been seeing any sort of recovery, any sort of price plan. I think that was a bit problematic for most. But the second one is there is really massive crypto opportunities. Now, this is where a lot of people are seriously excited, where people say, okay, crypto is going to change forever. And this is going to be the cool stuff in that sense. That's where I really think there's going to be tons of opportunities in the crypto space following the near bull run.
big buy like they did this morning, the market's changing. When they see MicroStrategy with the big buy, people are going and buying the stock. That's nuts. 10% when Bitcoin moves 2%, and it's a Bitcoin proxy.
And especially with BNB, it's absolutely incredible, like what kind of lifetime changing gains it saw. I don't even think we saw ever these type of life changing gains like Bitcoin. And I think this is where the huge excitement comes in, really, for crypto right now.
So there is this insatiable demand, which I've talked about before. People want allocation. They realize, maybe these big entities realize that they can't buy Bitcoin straight up. So they're buying Coinbase, they're buying CleanSpark, they're buying GBTC, they're buying MicroStrategy as much as they can.
So yeah, they obviously noticed that maybe they would cause the pump too fast, too hard. That's definitely a real possibility in my opinion. And I think a lot of people started to realize that, in a sense, like, okay, maybe it's time to calm down a bit. I feel like crypto bull run is planning, is coming up. It's coming in big, it's coming in hot, and there's like winners everywhere in this space. There's probably gonna be winners everywhere in the long term. So that's gonna be an exciting thing. What a lot of people have been waiting for quite a while, actually. To see the crypto bull run rising. So that's going to be one thing that a lot of people are excited about. But again, we didn't expect BNB to rise so much. So it's also possibly going to be altcoins that are going to be improving, not just BNB in that sense. And I think this is where the real excitement comes in, that we're going to have like all of these different kind of cryptos going up, going strong, just as exactly as people wanted. In the long-term sense, and making life-changing gains. So yeah, people will make a ton of money. Everyone will. And everyone will be probably happy about it.
And it's It's doable. They can buy a couple $100 million here or there. And we know some of the biggest owners are Fidelity, BlackRock, these types of companies. Now, on to the big rumor. There's a rumor floating around. I can't confirm or deny, but there is a rumor from a very well-known source that says that MicroStrategy is getting ready to buy possibly $5 billion more of Bitcoin. That they might sell
So if this happens, Bitcoin could pump up another like 10% at least, or another 5%, because they're planning when MicroStrategy buys, and they definitely could be buying, it's not even the peak yet, so they probably need more liquid funds because this could cost billions and billions of dollars. MicroStrategy owns a lot of crypto supply, and this is what keeps me awake at night. This is what keeps me excited, really. Like, what we're seeing right now is unbelievable. We're never probably going to be seeing these types of crypto gains ever again. You realize how important that is, right? So that's where the real excitement comes in. Like, these people at MicroStrategy, they probably know that the bull run is coming up. They probably know that the crypto excitement is underway. And I think this is going to be life-changing gains for a lot of people. But that being said, if you guys want more content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, and I'll keep you guys updated with also more news.
$1 billion worth of shares to go buy Bitcoin. Now, Dylan LeClaire commented that they could only sell about $3 billion more shares for Michael Saylor to keep a voting interest, or a voting majority in the company. So I don't know if this is likely to happen. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if in 3 months or 2 months or something, Michael Saylor says, hey, instead of completing 16,000, purchase of 16,000 Bitcoin, we bought 82,000 Bitcoin.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up saying, okay, we bought the whole supply. That would be simply amazing. And I think it's a real possibility in that sense. Like, I think a lot of these crypto exchanges, they might end up buying the whole thing. And that's the real aspect to it. There isn't like any fake news about this. There isn't any bad news about this. There is incredible possibilities that they could end up buying everything.
And just blow the doors off of everyone. I've talked about this in the past. This is a beautiful business model for them. They buy Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin goes up. They sell more shares, which they can buy more Bitcoin, which causes the price of Bitcoin to go up, which means they can sell more shares, and they continue to do this, right? Now, some people might say, well, going back to buying CleanSpark and MicroStrategy, the reason those are up so much today is because they move a lot more than Bitcoin.
So I feel like also maybe we are looking at this wrong. And I know I watched the whole video. I wanted to basically give you the entire opinion. He also talks about 1 minute more. But I think the big difference is with MicroStrategy and all these other tokens is, very simply put, there could be like a misunderstanding. Maybe Bitcoin is not going to be the biggest price hike that we have been seeing. So maybe it's going to be another token in that sense, like exactly what people predicted. So that's going to be an incredible thing that we're going to be seeing right now. Is crypto is still growing up strong. So if you guys expect basically crypto and Bitcoin to rise the most, it's already seen massive gains. And if you expect Solana now to see like a 3 or a 4x, it's also had already massive gains. So what else is left? There's really nothing left in that sense. And I feel like there could be other small altcoins that could be really rising in this bull market cycle. But again, there is a lot of possibilities to see some potential, major growth from everywhere. Not just Bitcoin, but seems like the eyes right now on this month are Bitcoin, and next month it could be, I don't know, ADA, it could be Kaspa, it could be Kaspa again. It could be all these different altcoins that we haven't heard of. But again, this is for another video. If you guys want to, more content like this, I think MicroStrategy buying this, there's 2 possible scenarios. Either nothing changes, like MicroStrategy already has billions and billions of Bitcoin, or well, not billions, but in millions. They literally own like 10% of the supply. I think that could be, I checked that a long time ago, so it could have changed by now. of Bitcoin supply, by the way. And a lot of Bitcoin supply is lost, so they end up buying all these ETFs, even the big institutions. That's why ETFs will probably explode after. But there is a lot of possibilities on where crypto could be in, 2 years, 3 years, because all of these crypto institutions, they still have not given up, guys. And I think this is the big excitement that we have for now. If you guys want to be kept up to date, you know what to do. The like button is right there. Till next time, peace everyone. So I'm wondering, what are the biggest crypto gaming tokens? Now, crypto gaming tokens have been seeing a massive advantage lately, and that's good news. We've been definitely waiting for them for such a long time, and they're simply awesome, right? There's really everybody winning with these type of tokens. Everybody's like awesome. Everybody's happy when they buy them, and I like that. I like to see that that crypto coins are winning in a sense. So that being said, if you guys want a lot of content like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, because we do have some major updates for you guys today. But what we're going to be talking about is where are crypto gaming tokens going to be, and which are top gaming tokens right now, because right now there's so many crypto gaming tokens. It's absolutely saturated. And are they oversaturated? Is there just too many in the market? Now, that's a good question overall.
Low, 22 million. Eventually, at some point, I could see that this token could be in the hundreds of millions, meaning like 100 million to even 200 million. Even with that said, which seems pretty realistic if we're in the next.
So decimated, I never heard of this one, but look at this price bump. And the real thing that I noticed with this one, it didn't price bump in 2021 when the crypto tokens were doing well, but it actually pumped at much in 2020. So it pumped slightly late, actually. And that's the interesting factor I think a lot of people don't realize is 2020 wasn't really a price for games, but seems like it's returning, and games take development a long time. Now, this is probably one you saw in the gaming trailers, most anticipated blockchain game. That's an interesting one, to say the least, and I'm definitely excited to hear more about this one, because there's going to be a ton of opportunities for crypto gaming coins to grow up, rise up, just as they need to be, just as they want to be. And I want to see where they are in the long term.
Had amazing development. Now, during the bear market for the past 2 years, this game has really built up a huge landscape, a huge atmosphere, just a utterly crazy world, right? Again, built on Unreal Engine 5. Some of the gameplay footage that they've actually shown during these leaks is actually kind of cool. They do have AI implemented within the game, but also if you just think about it, the game is by far sci-fi, which taps into a great audience. It's dystopian, which is another audience within itself. It's first-person shooter, it's
Yeah, so most people want to play like first-person shooters. They want to play interesting games. I think that's the big factor right now, is most people, they want to play something interesting. They don't want to play boring anymore. And this is where the big excitement comes in. That's where I'm really excited. I think crypto games, they do have a lot of potential to explode, but the biggest issue is you're competing with non-NFT games, and non-NFT games are really more fun to play than the crypto games we have right now. I'm going to be honest, the crypto games that we have, a lot of them, like 99% of them, they just aren't fun to play. They just aren't out there. They aren't hip. They don't do anything new. And I think a lot of people are starting to notice that and end up giving up on them. So that's where I feel there's like a big problem in the crypto space with that. But there is also a ton of opportunities in that sense. There is also a lot of people excited to be part of the crypto blockchain space. So that is the cool news. There is good opportunities in the crypto space. There is good excitement. But where are we going to be seeing more of these type of blockchain games like that are AAA, so triple A? Now, that is something that keeps me on the loop. If we can see something like that, just imagine the massive potential in the long-term sense. How many people will play that, will play something like that? Probably in the millions. If we can get crypto people to buy crypto NFTs, I know Shrapnel, Now, I don't know why he picked Shrapnel exactly, but a lot of it looks like one of those popular AA games. Trust me, it's electric. Stay tuned for in-depth video right now. I'll be diving into adrenaline-soaked moment and my feedback. But for now, here's a 90-second
fast and quick the game is. Now, it's not fully developed yet, but again, if this game does really well,
it looks actually very early stages. That's my only problem.
I definitely think that has the promise of being the Call of Duty of Web3. Now, if you don't know, they actually won an award for the most anticipated game based on Game 3, which recently had an award for multiple Web3 games. And that's really cool to see a game like this being on the top tier list of the most anticipated. And again, there's a lot of even Web2 gamers testing this game out, recording themselves and posting on crypto Twitter and on YouTube. So this is why I think that this token is something that you should look out for. Now with Shrapnel, it's actually on a different blockchain, which is Avalanche, which is now becoming really a competitor in the layer 1 blockchain worlds of gaming. But here's the thing, I would not buy it on Uniswap just because the gas fees on Ethereum are...
So the gas fees are a big thing that keep people away. That's one thing I'm worried about. Like, people don't like gas fees at all, and I think that's a problematic factor. Really, the gas fees don't have like this massive crypto scale in a sense. So that's the bad thing about it. The gas fees really kill the games, because if they're made on Solana, this is why most of these are made on Solana. I know Star Atlas is actually becoming pretty popular. Even though the price is seriously low, there's still a ton of potential to have a great gameplay. They have a very solid gameplay. I covered Star Atlas on my channel some time ago, and this is how they actually have, you know, this People's Choice Award, because it looks literally like an AA plus game, and it's fun. That's the only two things the companies need to focus on, and it's costing them millions of dollars in the end. But if you guys want to be kept up to date, be sure to smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Until next time, peace everyone. Everybody's talking about Gala games, but there's actually a lot of great projects that aren't necessarily Gala games in that sense. What's happening, everyone? I'm your host, Coin Central, and this time we're going to be looking at every single project that's simply awesome. If you guys want to be kept up to date, want to stay tuned, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Gala Games has been one of the biggest crypto gainers in 2021, and it has the most user base. It has the most awesome games, but there's actually a lot of under-tapped cryptos in this market space in the long run. So if that's something you're interested in, smash that like button if you haven't already.
So one of the sectors that we're always looking at is the gaming sector.
So yeah, I think gaming sector is going to be huge in 2024. Now, the two different cryptos that he's talking about are actually pretty interesting in my opinion. Like, they are absolutely unbelievable, and that is because a lot of crypto games, they're already priced in. So when someone or like a YouTuber like me is talking about crypto games, they're usually already bought by big whales, and I think that's where the issue really arises in that sense. But I am definitely excited to see more of opportunities in the crypto space. There is probably going to be more of the crypto like enthusiasts coming in for these crypto games. So that's going to be a cool thing. But that being said, let's take a look at where crypto will be in the very near future. Because crypto gaming really took like 4 years to be developed, and it's finally here.
Obviously, right? Definitely more risk, but if we can pick a couple winners here, a couple horses, this is where we could definitely make some big gains in 2025. So I like these platforms that have not just one game, not two games, but a host of games, right? They're not just focused in on one area, but they're trying to be a platform that, by the way, goes into PC, goes into mobile.
So that's the thing. I think NFTs also have a lot of regulations. So what exactly can these crypto games do that others cannot? And that's my big question. Like, how can these crypto games enter this space while others have not yet? And that's going to be a very good question pretty much shortly, because when these games come in, a lot of people are going to be playing them. And right now, only people who are really crypto enthusiasts, they decide to play them. I think that's the big difference. But in the future, we might be seeing major potential with other crypto bull runners, other people who are seriously interested in crypto in that sense, like, or they haven't even discovered crypto yet. That's where I think there's a really long-term potential for all of these crypto hype games.
Because the future of gaming is truly on the mobile side. That is where the big money is at.
Now again, the issue with mobile games right now is a lot of them, they don't have that long-term potential in a sense, and that is because a lot of these crypto games, what we're seeing right now, they just aren't part of the big industry yet, the part of the big contracts, the big games. And most people are casual gamers. They don't know how to use NFTs. They don't know how to use cryptos. But mobile gaming is definitely going to be a very big part. It already is a very big part of life. And that's where I think there's major opportunity.
Now with Illuvium, if we take a look at just this quick little blurb here, here's what we know. It's an ERC20 token, and this is the native token to the Illuvium gaming ecosystem. According to this analyst, the token could benefit from increased activity in the Illuvium as new games are launched. Again, new games, not just one, a plethora of games. Because now you're not betting on one game winning. All you need is a few games or in this ecosystem to do really well, and boom, all of a sudden you've got a great investment, right? This is why I really like Gala games too. And I mentioned these two I'm going to talk about are not Gala games, but you know, these are two also other platform type plays. I'll bring you inside there. There's what we're looking at on Illuvium. But yeah, we're sitting here, you know, Illuvium has come up from the depths here, and even, you know, dating back to October, you can see here we've got a really nice.
So Illuvium is one I have been hearing actually a lot pretty much lately. And that's because it's on a different chain. And also Beam has been growing very much recently in the last few days. I'm not too sure why, but I know it actually rebranded. So I did some research on Beam. And the difference with Beam was a lot of people were talking about it in a sense because it rebranded from a coin called Merit Circle. Now, Merit Circle is one of those tokens that collapsed after Terra Luna Classic's downfall. Because it was so tied to Terra Luna Classic, it needed a rebranding, and they rebranded to this token called Beam over here.
In this video is Beam, and this is a newer gaming crypto project that recently just burst on the.
So I feel like it still has the same similar team. Some people left, some people joined, but the core concept of making crypto games fun, exciting is still there, and I think this is where the big potential is. They aren't big as Gala games, but they also have that type of potential. And I know a lot of people were saying Merit Circle, I'm never going to trust it again because it was very much associated with Terra Luna Classic, and a lot of people lost money on Terra Luna Classic. But there is still potential to see massive improvements in that sense.
Stop the upward trajectory here, and it provides a nice opportunity for new investors to come in. So we're looking at Beam. We did go ahead and make a play on this already, but we haven't went all the way in yet. I want to kind of see and kind of feel this out a little bit, but I love it in terms of what I'm learning and reading. So Illuvium and Beam, two underrated cryptos right now in the gaming sector. You guys know I love Gala still. I'm going to hold on to that as well, but we're always looking for some new plays. These could be two to certainly keep on your radar. Appreciate you guys, as always, for checking back.
So yeah, definitely check out Illuvium and Beam. Again, not financial advice, but there are opportunities in this space for the long term. For anyone interested in crypto, this is where the real excitement comes in. But again, if you guys want to be kept up to date with more content like this, there is probably going to be more massive opportunities for crypto in the next few days, because crypto gaming is really growing, and it needed 2022 to see that major growth, and that's where I'm really excited.